If your marriage is feeling less than perfect, then I have some good news for you. Even though your marriage is made up of two individuals, it only takes one to fix it. I'm Brad Browning, relationship coach and author of the best-selling Mend the Marriage program. And today I want to talk to you about a question that I often get asked, and that is it possible to fix your marriage on your own? Well, the short answer is yes. Since your marriage is based on a chain of actions and reactions, changing the way that you behave and interact within your relationship will in turn affect the way that your spouse behaves and reacts. If your changes are positive, then the marriage is going to improve as a whole. To get started, focus on making changes to the following aspects of your relationship, and before you know it, you'll have fixed your issues on your own. So let's get started and talk about some of those things you can do. Number one, surprise your spouse with praise. Remember back to the early days of your marriage when you and your spouse were constantly singing each other's praises? But as time passes, it's easy for those praises to wane and for the small acts of love to go unnoticed. So to fix your marriage, make a point of surprising your spouse, especially at times when they may be expecting criticism. Once you get into the habit of doing so, your partner is likely going to follow suit. Voicing your appreciation for the things that they do will work wonders in your marriage, and it'll also motivate your partner to keep up the good work. Number two, show your spouse that you're listening. Everyone loves to be heard, so when your spouse is talking to you, show them that you're actively listening. To do so, free yourself of distractions, make eye contact, and use encouraging conversation fillers such as, I see or I understand to give cues that you're paying attention. And when they're done speaking, summarize and validate what your spouse has said to you. So when you do this kind of thing, your spouse is going to believe that you are actually engaged in the conversation, and they're going to appreciate your attentiveness. And the positive effects, of course, will be seen in other areas of your marriage as well. And number three, speak respectfully to your spouse. During a heated argument, it can be tempting to blurt out hurtful words or accusations, and if this happens repeatedly, it can put a damper on your marriage. Instead of jumping the gun and spewing out the first thing that comes to your mind, calmly think about what it is you want to say and choose your words carefully. Now, you can still speak your mind and express yourself, just do so in a constructive way that isn't going to hurt your partner. A major sore spot in many marriages is when one spouse constantly feels that they're being blamed or put down. So to avoid this and to work through these weak spots, avoid using you statements. So for instance, sentences such as you never or you always. Instead, replace the you with I and say things like I feel or I would appreciate. Doing so is going to remove any agitation between you and your spouse. And number four, focus on changing yourself. Humans are funny creatures in that they like to try and fix other people's problems and behaviors instead of focusing on their own. And when this happens, they're usually met with resistance and the outcome is rarely productive. So instead of looking at the areas your spouse needs to work on, focus on your own issues and work towards becoming a better you. Once you do so, you'll see some of those changes reflected in your spouse. And of course, if you're interested in finding out more about how you can change to improve your marriage and do that on your own, please visit marriageguide.com and watch the free video presentation. In that video, you'll learn about some of the steps that you can do to prevent divorce and how to get your spouse to recommit to your marriage. Again, the URL is marriageguide.com. Okay, and on to number five, commit yourself to improving your marriage. One of the most common reasons couples get divorced these days is a lack of commitment. To help fix issues in your marriage, find reasons to be dedicated to your relationship and establish a sense of we that you can both work towards building and strengthening. To get started on this, recall the good times that you've shared and focus on those aspects. Once you have this romantic mindset, sit down with your partner and lead a conversation on setting goals for your future. Nothing brings couples together like making exciting plans with one another. Number six, avoid being competitive. Now, competition has its place in life, but your marriage is not one of them. Beyond playful competition, if you and your spouse find yourself, turning everything into a contest, then it's time to put an end to that behavior. There's nothing more frustrating, belittling, or rude as when your spouse boasts, I'm right or I'm better than you kind of attitude. Discussions and arguments with your spouse should aim to solve problems, not win them. So if your competitive streak is a result of feeling insecure, then work on improving your own self-esteem, and in turn, that will improve your marriage. Remember, you and your spouse are on the same team, so quit competing against one another. Number seven, make decisions together. If you're the spouse that tries to make all the decisions in your relationship, then it's likely that your partner is going to feel disempowered and undervalued in the marriage. See, a major part of being a happily married couple is being involved with what's going on in your relationship. Take a look at where you currently stand and whether you need to get more involved in your marriage or give your spouse some more room for opinions, and then make those changes. Number 8, stay positive. Positivity is infectious, and there's nothing like being around somebody who radiates happiness. At times when your marriage is struggling, it can be tough to keep a positive outlook, but by choosing to see the good in every situation, the problems you're facing are slowly going to start to fade, and your marriage will improve dramatically as a result. Always remember, when we surround ourselves with positive people, even the worst situations have a way of making themselves better. Be that positive person when your marriage needs it. It's a great key to fixing your marriage on your own. All right, well, that's about it for this video, guys. I hope you're feeling motivated and ready to go and make some of these changes you need to do to fix your marriage. So if you enjoyed this video, and you can show your support by hitting that like button below, and feel free to post any questions that you may have in the comment section as well.